Hello, my YouTube friends, my followers, my subscribers. I just wanted to come on for a few minutes when I was feeling a little bit better. I want to know, where in the hell did all this hate start? I started out truly wanting to help someone. I had a friend that was going to donate a camper, RV, travel trailer to Larry and to BJ. And I said that from the go. Everybody wants to know where the trailer is I was donating. I wasn't donating nothing. My friend was donating. So when you all call me a liar that I have no trailer to donate, you're right. I don't have one. My friend had one to donate and help out. And where did it come to be that I wanted to try really hard to get this done, and to try really hard to get Betty into a home with some decent furniture, a place to bring Lorraine, Timmy, and Ray back home? Where did all the hate start? Then you start calling me a millionaire. I never told you I was a millionaire. I never implied I was a millionaire. And I used to be really, really, really well off, which I'm not. Was and is two different things. You all was helpers in this. You helped twist lies. I said I was a millionaire and I could do this and I could do that, and then it went from me renting Betty a house till I was buying her one, according to AD, Mr. AD, that unplugged me off his platform because he couldn't stand me up there telling it like it is, and me attacking Patrick like I did, like I had no right to do it. Well, you people aren't the ones that was involved with Patrick for 3 months for me to build up the hate that I built up against him, for the fact he's a damn liar and he's a thief and he stole their money and he was only out for himself. He never loved Timmy. He didn't give a shit about nothing about Timmy. Nothing. Nothing, people. He didn't give a shit about him at all. He didn't give a shit about the Whitakers at all. None of them. I don't give a damn what you say. And I'm a little fired up today. I'm sick of this shit about lying. Here comes another lie from the liar. Here it comes. Well, I've told the truth about everything. I told it like it was. I told the story from the start and hadn't even got 10% of the way, and was called a liar. Liar. Who was the first one to tell about the vehicle, about the Range Rover? Was me. He planned the man out of $4,000. Who was the first one to actually tell the story of the guitar that Patrick told me and was trying to borrow money from me? And who did I call to find out if they knew anything about this guitar? Well, I don't mind doing this, and I hope Ernie doesn't get mad at me. But Ernie Evans is who I talk to. And Ernie Evans says, I know exactly the guitar you're talking about, Justin. And I know exactly he had to tell you this. And then Toddy One Skip backed it up with Ernie. She calls Ernie up. She don't even know right now during this video that I know she called him and asked him, I don't know what to think about this Justin guy. Do you think he's telling the truth about the guitar? Ernie says, absolutely, I know he's telling the truth. I've told y'all people so much information that's been true, it's been unreal. I know y'all want to throb about, where's the RV? Where's that camper at? What's going on with the RV? So let me break the RV down. Had a donor that was going to donate the RV for Larry and BJ, where they didn't feel like they was left out in the cold because Miss Betty was going to be getting a house with some furniture to bring the other three home. In the process of all this, I stay sick about 60% of the time. So a guy by the name of Stevie Hansen, Stephen Hansen, big ugly, big mouth, big liar, whatever he wants to call himself. Let's say I think he calls himself the some kind of damn gangster or whatever. I don't give a damn what he calls himself. At the time, I didn't know who was messaging me. And I do have the messages. I've just got to learn how to put them up here. And it started off, he will be happy to come with a law enforcement brother-in-law of his to Florida and pick up this RV and transport it to West Virginia for me. Well, in that same paragraph, he wanted the VIN number of the trailer to verify that it wasn't stolen. About that, I want to make sure that trailer ain't stolen before I come up there and hook it up and take it to West Virginia. Well, okay. So you're about 78 million on the internet here in the United States. I'm just going to randomly pick you to send a VIN number to a RV that I don't know anything about you. And I'm just going to randomly send you this information. Well, if you come into Florida to get an RV, when you get to the RV and I hand you the title, all you have to do is we can call law enforcement. They can tell you real quick whether it was stolen or not. No, what you were trying to do was get my information and my friend's information. I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. So, okay, so I want to release these text messages. I just got to figure out how to do it. But I will, and they're lengthy. They're everyday text messages. I'm calling them names, he's calling me names, back and forth. Okay, the first picture that was sent on that RV, it was sent because it was already in my phone. It was very identical. Wasn't nothing but the striping different on that RV, and I've seen nothing wrong with it at the time I've done it. Well, a couple of weeks later, it got on my conscience, it got bothering me so bad, I texted the actual RV pictures to Toddy. And she asked me, what is this? I said, the first pictures I've seen you are not the right RV. Nobody called me out on that. I did this myself. You know why? I wanted the truth out there, not what I originally said. So there again, I'm a liar. Good old Justin, he's a liar, man. And it wasn't even my RV. My friend was donating it. I've said that from the go. So all of a sudden, I don't have an RV to donate. That's a lie. Oh, well, yeah, that's a lie. I didn't have one. My buddy was donating it. Number two is, he's sending all these pictures. They ain't even the right RV. Well, if it ain't the right RV and I never had an RV, then that's a double lie. So yes, there was the RV. And then I went through the spiel of trying to get Larry to get in his vehicle, take a 20-mile ride to Beckley, West Virginia, pull a permit for a light meter box to be installed on the pole on the property. So I called the next day to verify if he got this meter box permit. It was going to be paid for, asking if they had the name for the electrician. That's what I was supposed to have been asking him. And a phone number for the electrician so we could pay him by credit card over the phone. To have all this set up so when that RV got there, we'd have no problems at all. Well, I called into the Whitaker house. Guess who answers the phone? Elizabeth answers the phone. She starts saying, well, I'm a family friend for years. And you wanted Larry to go down and get a permit for the light meter box and wanted him to pay for it out of his pocket, and you pay him back when you get here. Absolutely. I told him to go get the permit, get the electrician lined up. We would pay for the electrician over the phone credit card. I would hand him the money for whatever it costs. I said 25, it could have cost 100. I don't know. But whatever it was, have the receipt ready, we'll give you the money back. Then she proceeds to tell me that the trailer can't be delivered unless she's there, because she's going to make sure it's put in right. She's going to make sure it's leveled right while she's standing there watching everybody do it. She wanted to make sure that the utilities were being hooked up right. She was calling all the shots from that point on. And I asked her 3 times, please, please, put Larry on the phone with me. I need to speak with him directly. She just refused. Finally, I just hung up on her. And at that point, when I hung up, I'm like, this thing's getting too deep over just trying to give somebody an RV. Period. Too deep. So you know where Elizabeth is now, right? She's in a lot of trouble. And she told so many lies. You want to call somebody a liar? You need to go over and call her a liar. She might even be in jail by now. I don't know whether she's going to go to jail or whether she is in jail. But I do know there's probable cause for her to go in jail being on a lie with somebody named Lady K. You know, giving them all the courtroom information that probably wasn't true and correct to start with. No more than Betty being on live on her channel, which is, look at me, bullshit. It was bullshit, okay, bullshit, okay, bullshit. So, Big Ugly, Cotton Candy, whatever you want to call him, he didn't want to come get the trailer after he said all that. And I said, just come hook it up. I'll hand you the title. We'll call the sheriff's department. You verify it's clear, clean, and everything. And then he went to calling me names and everything. I have every one of the text messages. I'm going to figure out how to put them up. I wish I already knew how to do all this. But I do not know how to do it. But I'm hoping that I can do it eventually. And I will find somebody to help me do that, because I do have every single text message. So in the middle of all this, Big Ugly starts calling Toddy Wunschgeld awful names, saying awful things about her. And it really, really got agitated as hell. All of it did. And then she starts in with Kathy over at Curious Deep Soul. And then he starts in on me. And enough is enough. 80% of everything he says is a liar. He pulled it out of the trash can. 80% of it. He pulled it out of the trash can. Patrick was telling him every day what to say and what all not to say. And he did make one video, I think, why Patrick was in jail till he got out. But Patrick's pretty well controlling him. That's Patrick's puppet is who he is. He's a puppet, a little bitty puppet, a big mouth puppet. That's what he is. A puppet, a big mouth. Big mouth puppet. Big ugly, big stinky, big liar, big whatever he is. He's a liar. One of the best. And the camper didn't happen because of Larry Whitaker. I called and left a voicemail after all the shit with Elizabeth, being real nice and everything, and told him if he wanted this RV, it was his, to call me within 24 hours. He didn't do it. He didn't call me, he didn't say nothing, which told me what, people? That he did not want the RV. So then he has a guy named Gary. Good old Gary out of North Carolina. I promised you, Gary, I wouldn't say your name. And by the friend request you sent me does not say Gary. So I'm going to call you Gary if what you told me your name is. But Gary proceeded to tell me that Larry Whitaker got a hold of him and asked him to please call me and tell me do not deliver the RV. Do not send it. Do not deliver it yourself. If it shows up here, whoever's delivering it is going to be locked up for criminal trespass. So do not deliver it. Don't waste your time. I do not want your RV. So I communicated a lot with Gary over the last month, over the last 30 days. I won't release his real name, but his name is Gary, but the friend request he sent me doesn't say Gary. This thing is just so clustered, the whole thing. And I just don't understand how it ended up the way it ended up. It ended up in a shit box. That's what it's ended up in. I'm in communication with Toddy One Skip for quite a while before I even went on live to say I was doing anything, and I wish to God to this day that I would have stayed exactly that in the background. I'd have been a lot better off. It would have probably already been processed. Everything would have probably been done and over with. But you know what? I got haters like y'all. I got some of y'all that love me, but I've got some haters out there. And when I say haters, I mean they are haters. They are haters. I was even accused of getting on Facebook and making a comment why I've been sick. Well, if you're so sick, why are you making a comment? Are you stupid? Are you stupid as hell? You're just going to lay in a bed or sit in your recliner or whatever you're doing, and you're not allowed to do anything because you're sick? Y'all people just gripe my ass. And I'll be perfectly honest with each and every one of you. They ain't but 3 people that can bring out the truth about the Whitakers. And I'll give you my number 1. It's Kathy over at Deep Soul Dive. Number 2, Toddy One Skip. And 3 is Justin Morris. Because I had enough relationship with them people until Elizabeth and people like you completely destroyed me with them people. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. I should be saying worse things to you, not just be ashamed of yourself. You people have put me through hell with my family, with my wife, with Good friends of mine ask me, why do I continue on with this mission, knowing that I've got so much hate? You should be ashamed of yourself. I will not wish no harm on any of you, but most of you know you did wrong. You know you did wrong. You know you did wrong. Is it that you didn't want Betty to have the help? What is it? I mean, somebody needs to tell me something. There's millions of people watching all this shit, but they can't nobody tell me nothing. They can't nobody tell me why she don't have a lawyer, why she don't have another house, why she don't have nice furniture in another house, and why the three's not back home. That's the main thing. Why aren't they back home? Long enough's long enough. You know, these three had to go through Halloween. They had to go through Thanksgiving. They had to go through Christmas. They had to go through New Year. What are y'all people just keep crucifying them for? What did they ever do to you? They were on their damn front porch, minding their own business. They didn't bother anybody. They had lovely days just like we all had. Except they were a little bit more unfortunate than some of us. But they were a family. They loved each other. They knew how to laugh. They knew how to not worry. These people had no worries in the world. None. You hear me? None. Not the first worry in the world that they have. Not the first. Not the first. It wasn't anybody's business. I don't no more believe that Ray was sitting there with shit on him than anybody else. He might have urinated on himself some. And shame on you. Shame on you, Eric Carroll. You knew this for 2 months before you started bringing the shit out. You didn't bother to go clean his ass. You didn't bother to get him up and take him in the house, get him in a shower, take him to your Airbnb, get him a shower, put him on some clothes. Well, you only did it one time. And that's when you put a new pair of overalls on him that we'd never seen again or seen nothing else new. You were feeding Lorraine bags of chips like you were training a dog. Here, baby, here's you some chips. Hide them behind that pillow now, because this is all you're going to get. I'm going to get 1,000 and you're going to get a bag of chips. Yahoo! And who in the hell do you think you are, Eric, making a damn video saying that you have given these people everything? You took them bowling. You bought them pizza that you didn't even pay for, and that you took them and bought them clothes. Well, remember in your first video, you didn't even have $100. I don't even have $100 in my account, but you knew how to get on this gravy train and ride it when them donations started coming in, and it was their damn money that you were spending on them. Not even 1/4% of the money. So you're a liar. I hope you go to jail and rot in hell. And yes, you can stop watching me. I'm madder than hell. I hope he rots in hell. Do you hear me? Rots in the living pits of hell. The way he did these people. The way he conned. And I'm going to tell everybody else this. Patrick is guilty a little bit. A little. I understand a little. Eric Carroll is guilty 100%. Eric Flynn playing Patrick. Patrick was telling the truth how they could make money because both of them was in a scam. Both of them knew They knew what they were doing. They knew how they were going to make their money, and they was going to let it roll on, and the next year make $1 million, $500,000 apiece. But Eric Carroll got greedy. You know what? He got real greedy. And I don't care how many police he talks to. And Lieutenant Gilkerson with the West Virginia State Police Raleigh Division, listen to me. I don't think you're ignorant, man. I've already been told that you're a pretty smart guy. But if you let Eric Carroll get away with anything that us millions of people watch unfold with our own eyes, you can't deceive us, Lieutenant. You cannot deceive us. The taxpayers there pay their taxes. You cannot deceive this family. This man is not your witness. All millions of people are your witness, Lieutenant. You hear me? You have millions of witnesses. You better lock up Eric Carroll, because we're going to start a cavalry. If you don't, I'm going to bring in the national news, investigative reporters. I'm going to bring everybody into the Raleigh County like it hasn't never done before. There's a lot of information I pulled up on y'all, and I'm not scared of none of you. You're as crooked as they are day long. And if you let any county official or anybody get involved with your investigation, Lieutenant Gilkerson, I promise you they will be hell to pay. And I don't mind telling you, they will be hell to pay, because I'm going to bring them all in. I'm going to prove this case without a reasonable doubt. And to the GPS workers, you know who you are. You know who I've been speaking with. And it's been above the supervisor that's working on this case. But I'm going to tell you, if you fall for anybody political that gets involved with this, that tells you what to do with these three, you're going to be held liable. I'll push this thing to the Supreme Court. The judge give a gag order for the Whitaker family to stay off the internet, stay off of any kind of news reporter, any kind of reporter, doesn't matter who they are. That's a violation of freedom of speech. Your Honor, the same judge that wouldn't let them have a Thanksgiving, the same judge that wouldn't let them have a Christmas present, the same damn judge is evil. He's a very evil person. And you better do the right thing, Your Honor, and put these people back with their family. I don't care how you do it, but I want you to do it fast. Enough playing with people's lives. These people's been in that house 70 years and hadn't bothered a soul. They were on the front porch minding their own business. Eric Carroll started every bit of this and got a cavalry of followers to follow in his pursuit to make these calls to the APS. And Your Honor, sir, if you don't do something about this, you're going to be resigning the same as your last judge resigned. I promise you, I'm not scared of none of you. I'll come there and face you. You call me, I'll be there. I promise you. And I'm waiting on your call, either one of you. Because I've already talked to all of you except for the leading investigator and the judge in this case. I've talked to multiple people, and I want a resolution of this. This family has been done wrong. I tried to help this family, and there's writers out there that made this family hate me for no reason, for none, for zero. And I never told anybody I was a millionaire. I told them I had half the money to go in on a house and furniture. That's what I said. And the people that really, really cause this not to happen, shame on you. I just hope one day that you don't have a problem like this and need help. Because I pray to God you don't get a penny. You all are wrong. Quit calling me a liar. I have lied about zero. I was given information by a Georgia government official, and I'm thinking the whole time on the phone call that we're talking about the right Lawrence Carroll, until they called me back to tell me he's now in Utah. Just wanted to let you know. Utah. So say what you want. It's the truth. It's the whole truth. It's nothing but the truth. People, look. All this started out to help somebody. And it's turned into hell because of you. Because of the haters. Because of you. I hope you sleep good tonight. Hope you enjoy your dinner this afternoon. I hope you can sleep in peace. God rest your soul. I'll not give up. I'll not be stopped. I'm the Daily Grind. Justin Morris.